I'm Josh with Waupaca Community Media. We got Ron Sari from the School District of Waupaca. Two of us kind of going solo this week on our community update. And we want to start with some big news. We want to make sure the community knows about this well in advance so there's time to learn more. The school board's discussing a referendum that would be on the ballot this November in terms of school security. So what can you tell us about that process?
We're at the very beginning of the process, Josh. This, we involve the school board first because they're the school board. They need to be involved before we go into the community and get our community involved. And last night at our school board meeting here at the month of June, they approved the resolutions for us to move forward with this process. So it involves a single point of entry. Instead of, we've got, like, let's say the high school, we've got maybe 40 doors or some high number of doors. Well, it's not best practice for people to come and go through these different doors. And we've been advised by the Department of Justice and by the Wisconsin School Safety Coordinator organization when they audited us that we need to have a single point of entry into our buildings. That's the best practice. So doing so would cost us $3.875 million. So $3,875,000 is what has been anticipated for that remodel of our entryways to have a single point cost. So what that means is a community member coming into the school, they'd get buzzed into this vestibule, then they get buzzed in to this other area in the office that's they would not have access to any staff yet. We'd like to do this Raptor background check where they would take their driver's license, slide it under a window, get the background check done. If things aren't right, we're able then to intervene before an individual would get a pass, then to go into the building and be escorted to wherever they would need to go. So this single point of entry, 4 buildings in the district, so 4 entrances. Some are more expensive based on the design than other entrances. And so the next step now, Josh, is we want to create or call back together our community safety committee. Back in 2019, when I was first hired in September 2019, there was a threat, if people remember back 3 years ago, going on 4 now, but we had a safety threat. And at that point, we created a community safety committee that helped advise us and guide us, give us feedback. We shared information, they shared information. And the product of that was these audits I talked about and the information they gave. So we're going to reconvene that committee and get some other stakeholders involved on that committee, kind of map out where we've been. COVID hit then after that 2019 committee was created. And now we're kind of in this, I consider, a post-COVID world. And we started picking up the target-based grading this year, all of the work that we were doing before and the safety work. So that's where we're at right now. And hopefully in future weeks, I'll be able to continue to give updates and where we're at in this referendum process of getting information out and getting feedback. We hope the community is going to be open to this idea and support it. We see what had happened last month in Texas and has happened across the country, and having this will be another step in the right direction to keep our kids and staff safe.
Well, it's June and the election is not till November, so plenty of time for outreach and to educate the community on this and for people to get questions answered. So it's good that it's being brought up well in advance like it is right now.
I hope so. I hope we have enough time. I think we do. And we've just got a good team of people together, and we'll get that community piece now, which is the biggest piece and a very important piece. And we'll just take it from there.
Another thing we want to talk about, one of your teachers got an award from the Rotary Club, so it's always good to see the school get recognition.
Yeah, we have a lot of very special, great individuals on staff, and one particular is Kelly Baumgart, and we're so proud of her. She was nominated to our Waupaca Rotary to receive, and she did win the Service Above Self Award. And Rotary came to our end of the year gathering that we had in the Commons at the high school, the last day for the teachers, and presented her with that award. She is a super volunteer. That's how we consider her, as a super volunteer. And she assists anywhere in our community as she can, her and her husband, and just a very special individual. And I mean that in a good way. She's just so positive and caring and giving, and just a delight that we have her and others like that on our staff. And for the Rotary then to give her that community award was special.
So congratulations. In the end of the school year, your students and your staff had some special opportunities on the final days of the school year, and your students got to participate in a service day, just helping make the high school a better place. So tell us a little bit about that. What were some of the things they worked on?
Yeah, that's a great point. Thank you for bringing that up. The high school had a community service project as part of their last day of school this school year. And so what that entailed is different classes did different things. It wasn't cleaning bathrooms and toilets or anything like that. I know there were some rumors out there about that type of thing, but it was where they would go into different places in the community and clean, or some wrote cards to veterans at the King Veterans Home. Others wrote cards to some of our vets that were participating in the honor flights. They cleaned around our campus. They planted preps, our entryway at the high school for flowers for the summer and the fall. They cleaned around the walking trail that goes through our campus. They cleaned around that, and it was a very positive day, very positive for the kids to interact with the staff outside of classroom instruction, and a lot of positive feedback was received from that. And now the high school is looking at expanding this into the Wednesday of homecoming week and partnering with Rotary to do this this service project on that day every year annually, hopefully.
Very cool. And when you get to the end of the school year, students, staff, they all want a break, want to get away from everything. And you had we talked about how dedicated and special your staff is. You had a large group of educators stay behind past the end of the school year to kind of further their education on some different topics.
Yeah, it's very exciting. Our director of teaching and learning, Mark Flayton, organized this professional development activity that took place the 2 days after the last day of teachers' work, Thursday and Friday of last week. And we had a world-renowned presenter, Dr. Richard Cash, came and presented to staff about differentiating up, it's called, but teaching our staff how to differentiate instruction based on where the students are at. And, we didn't think we would get approximately 100 staff to give up the first 2 days of summer break to come and continue their learning to improve their skills, but we did. We received approximately 100 staff that participated, and that's just exciting. And it's a reflection of the dedication and quality of our staff to give those days up and come back and work. And then, they were surveyed, and a lot of positive comments from the surveys after the program. And a big portion of that goes to the charisma and the dynamics of that instructor from Dr. Cash. But it was good. It's nice to end the year that way. And we've got a lot of work we're doing in the middle of the summer with our staff as well, but that'll be for another day to talk about.
Very cool. And then a couple quick updates from the city side of things. Main Street ribbon cutting happening this Saturday, starts at 10. They're expecting that to last maybe 20 minutes or so, and that'll be by the bandstand on City Square, Main Street. All those little final touches done. You've seen the bike racks, and some of the little final things have been put into place. Waupaca Senior Center next week, Wednesday, 2 till 6 p.m. We'll be having an open house. So if you're just curious what goes on there or interested in becoming a member, they've got that going on.
What day is that, Josh?
Next week, Wednesday, 2 to 6.
Open house at the senior center.
Yeah.
Okay.
The city's got some employment opportunities available, Parks and Rec Director, Police Officer, and I know in the next couple of weeks a few other positions will likely be posted, so keep an eye out for that. And then a little update from our utility billing department. There's a number of ways the city officially accepts payments for our utility bills, which would be water, sewer, your garbage service, and then for those that have Waupaca online internet service, those all come through the city. You can pay in person at City Hall. We've got drop boxes at the building. You can mail your payment in. And then if you go to the official city website, cityofwaupaca.org, we've got some online payment options that are officially utilized with the city. And we've learned of some residents going out using third-party payment services that maybe come up on a Google search. And just the warning we've got is they may charge extra fees. We don't know how soon they will turn over payment to us if they do. So ultimately, if you get a utility bill from the city, you're responsible for making sure we get that payment to avoid shut off or late notices. So if you go to our official website, cityofwaupaca.org, we have all that information there on how to officially make payments and ensure we get them. So we just wanted to make note of that because some residents have paid in other ways not endorsed by the city, and there have been delays in those payments getting here. So just want to pass that message along from our billing department. So.
Hey, Josh, I think also, if I am remembering correctly, is this Strawberry Fest weekend
That's
on
Saturday. Yep.
This Saturday.
Yeah, so Friday night there's the city band concert at 7. I believe that's at South Park. Strawberry Fest is from 9 to 4, and I believe they set up by Trinity Lutheran Church. The Model Railroad Show, both Saturday and Sunday at the Rec Center. Holly History Center and the Historic Train Depot have open houses, I believe, both days. And then Sunday morning, 7 till noon, is the Lions Club Father's Day fly-in, drive-in pancake breakfast at the airport. So yeah, thanks for bringing that up. It's one of the busiest summer weekends in Waupaca with all that stuff going on.
Yeah, I look forward to all of that. And I think the Conservation Club for Youth is having a trap shooting session. I don't want to say it's a class, but kids who have hunter safety and are interested in learning how to shoot trap can call John. Is it Weedoff? Is that his name?
Not sure.
I forget right now offhand, but anyway, at the conservation off of Apple Tree Lane, I think that happens at 10 o'clock in the morning on Saturday too.
Yeah, there's a lot more going on than what I just quick listed off. I know if you go to visit WaupacaChannelLakes.com, they've got kind of a full list of all the different events and activities now. I think they say something like 9,000 people get drawn into this area over this Strawberry Fest weekend. So yeah, thanks for bringing that big weekend.
Lots to do in Waupaca. A lot of people don't realize the hidden gem that we are, and hopefully at some point it's not a hidden gem anymore, right?
It was nice chatting with you this week, Ron, and we will talk again soon.
Have a good one. Thanks, Josh.